Cheap luxury scares us. One repair bill can trigger panic. But some are cheaper for dumb reasons. And comfort is real. We show 5 buys under $7,500 with price ranges, quick checks, proven filters. We skip traps, keep predictable costs, stay simple. Stick around. Number 1 feels expensive, yet it stays reliable. Number 5. Lincoln Town Car. Cheaper luxury. It is cheaper because it looks like a grandpa limo, and that is why it is a steal. Most shoppers fear bigger sedans, then pay costly money for lesser comfort. In a town car, we get quieter miles, plush seats, and a ride that stays smooth. This fits tall guys, long commutes, and anyone chasing highway comfort. We want the proven 4.6 V8 with the 4-speed automatic. That setup is simple, roomy, and service access stays easier and cheaper for shops. When an older owner kept it stock, the car feels stable at speed, not floaty. It is not sporty, but it is relaxing, and that matters on tired mornings. Price is the punchline, because this is discounted luxury for commuter money. In many areas, we spend around $3,000 to $7,500. Lower miles and cleaner records cost more, but the value still stays strong. At the same money, we see basic compacts with worn cloth and noisier cabins. The luxury is real, feels premium, and you feel it the first mile. Leather seats, wide doors, easy entry, and power controls that still work. The trunk is huge, the steering is light, and the cabin is silent. We have watched buyers soften up the moment the ride turns smooth and calmer. We inspected one with a spotless cabin and a thicker folder of records. The paint was boring, but the owner was proud, and the miles felt reliable. On the freeway, it stayed straight, the radio sounded better, and chatter stayed quieter. That is the kind of cheaper comfort that keeps your week from turning stressful. If this straight talk saves you money today, subscribe smarter. We hunt cheaper luxury, share proven checks, and keep you off bad deal traps every week. Checklist. First, watch the rear stance. Air suspension can fail and get expensive fast. If the back sits low or the pump runs often, budget repairs or walk away. Second, feel the steering over bumps. Suspension clunks mean tired joints and bushings. Third, test windows, seat motors, and climate blend doors, because electrical fixes get annoying. As soft as this feels, the next car is smaller and sportier, and it delivers luxury without the bigger car vibe. Number 4. Acura TSX, cheaper luxury. People ignore it because it looks plain, but the cabin feels grown up inside, and the reliability is honest. We like it for drivers who want tighter handling, better seats, and a luxury badge without German bills. We buy this when we want a daily car that feels nice without feeling risky. The core drivetrain we trust is the 2.4 inline-4 with a 5-speed automatic on many trims. A manual exists too, and it can feel sportier, but the automatic works fine when it has service history. This is a simple engine that likes clean oil, and it usually rewards routine care with longer life. Price stays under our budget when we shop smart and stay patient with listings. We target around $5,000 to $7,500 for higher mile clean drivers. At that money, people chase a basic Civic, yet the TSX feels quieter and more solid. You are paying compact money, but you sit in a leather seat and shut a heavier door. Luxury features are not gimmicks here. They are daily comfort and quieter living. We usually get leather, a sunroof, strong audio, and materials that feel premium for the class. Many have heated seats, and the driving position often feels lower and stable than an Accord. The best part is balance. It rides smooth, turns eagerly, and stays reliable when maintained always. We had a customer who wanted a Civic for safety and value. He drove the TSX, heard the quieter cabin, felt the smooth pedal, and his shoulders dropped. He said it finally felt like adult comfort, not a tired appliance with loud plastic. That is why this car is a cheaper luxury win for people who hate flashy attention. First, ask for records, oil changes, and transmission fluid matters for longer life. Second, listen over rough roads. Front suspension clunks mean tired links or worn bushings. Third, test every button, seat heaters, sunroof, radio, and AC modes because electrical gremlins get annoying. Fourth, watch the tires. Uneven wear can signal alignment damage or past curb hits. If you like this mix of comfort and control, the next car is a bigger executive sedan that looks expensive, and it still sells for cheaper money. Number 3. Infiniti M35 Executive Luxury. It is cheaper because it is not trendy online, but it feels like a real executive car in real life. We recommend it for commuters who want powerful passing, quieter cabins, and presence for Corolla money. The foundation we like is the 3.5 V6 with a 5-speed automatic. It is not a new car, but the drivetrain is proven, and parts access is not scary. With clean service history, these cars stay reliable, and that is the play. Price is usually $5,000 to $7,500, depending on miles and condition. At that range, people fight for a plain Accord with cloth, then wonder why the cabin feels noisier. The M35 gives you a thicker seat, heavier doors, and a cabin that feels premium, not flimsy. Luxury features are where the value gap shows up fast for everyday driving. We get supportive leather seats, deeper sound deadening, and a dash that feels solid and well-built. Many have heated seats, memory settings, and premium audio, so the drive feels calmer. It looks like a boss car, but it is still cheaper than cars with half the comfort. We had a buyer who swore he would never own luxury again. He got burned once, saw a repair estimate, and it felt painful and unfair. We walked him through a clean M35, and he noticed the quieter idle and the smoother ride. He said, "This feels expensive, but the price feels cheaper than my last basic sedan." That is when we know we have a winner, because comfort is not a gimmick. Do a cold start and listen. Ticking or timing noise is a warning sign. Watch idle quality. Any shake can mean tired coils, vacuum leaks, or neglected service. Drive it gently, then harder. Shifts should feel smooth, not flared or harsh. Do an electronics sweep, screens, seat controls, windows, locks, and the climate system. Look for wet leaks underneath, and check tires for uneven wear that signals alignment damage. If this badge makes you hesitate, good, because the next car breaks brains. Next is the one where the badge screams cheap, but the cabin screams luxury, and the value feels unfair. Want more simple buys with honest comfort? Subscribe right now. We compare price, call out repairs, and show the fast checks that stop a lemon deal. The buyer cheat sheet. We start with a cold start, keep it honest, and watch for warning signs before we chase luxury today. Listen for ticking, smell for fuel, and look for a stable idle, because rough idle turns costly. Then we test buttons and switches, plus screens, because older luxury means more failure points. Road test parking turns, bumpy streets, and steady highway miles, and feel for vibration. Scan for codes if possible, because cheaper deals become expensive when hidden faults show up. Negotiate with tires and brakes, price fluids too. And if they block inspection, we walk away. Write down small issues, add costly math, and stay smarter when the seller starts pressuring. Ask for receipts and records, because paper beats promises, and it shows whether the service was real. Now we move to the biggest value gap, where comfort feels expensive for commuter money. Number 2. Hyundai Genesis Sedan. Value and comfort. It stays cheaper because badge panic screams problems, even when the car is solid. We have seen buyers laugh, then close the door, hear quieter silence, and start trusting the comfort. This fits long commutes, highway miles, and family space, with luxury, comfort, and value. If you want sporty handling, skip it. But if you want smooth cruising, this is the value play. The 3.8 V6 with a 6-speed automatic is predictable, and it keeps daily driving calmer. Price is the shocker, $5,500 to $7,500, and that buys leather and quieter cabins. Many trims bring heated seats, some bring cooled seats, and the ride feels plush, stays quieter, and boosts comfort. You also get a bigger trunk, wide doors, and easy entry, the kind of plush comfort you notice, and quieter days. Depending on trim, you may get a backup camera, parking sensors, and smart keys, and those luxury touches feel expensive at this price. A customer called it rental, then he drove it, and his commute felt calmer and more comfortable. He came back and asked, "Why did nobody tell me?" And we said badge panic makes smarter value invisible, and that is a warning. Compare it to an Accord or Camry in this budget. Those feel basic, while this feels like luxury comfort for the same money. City trips mean tighter parking, and that stress feels annoying. So this Genesis is a parking warning for some drivers. If you do highway miles, this is where the Genesis shines. It feels stable, it stays quieter, and fatigue drops. Start with the seats. Run every motor, memory, heat, and cool, because a dead seat turns costly fast. Then drive it cold and watch behavior. Shifts should stay smooth, and temps should stay stable, with no overheating drama. Next, sweep the electronics, windows, locks, lights, screens, and every button, because small glitches become annoying and expensive. Finally, ask for service proof, oil, coolant, and transmission fluid history, because neglect turns luxury comfort into problems. If this already feels like a gold mine, number 1 is the safest move under this budget. It feels expensive right away, and it stays reliable with care. Number 1 is where people argue, then they ride, feel relieved, and call it a gold mine proven pick. We are not chasing hype. We are chasing records and comfort. Number 1. Lexus ES 330 is safest and boring. It is cheaper because people call it boring, and that is exactly why it saves wallets. We choose it for first-time luxury buyers who want quieter miles and reliable peace. The 3.3 V6 with the 5-speed automatic is proven, and it is built for longer ownership. Price lands $6,000 to $7,500 for clean drivers with records, and that is serious value. With that money, people buy newer commuters with harsher seats, but this gives leather and calm comfort. The seats feel plush, the ride is smooth, and the cabin stays quieter on long highway runs. It feels expensive in daily life, without expensive surprises if we choose the right example. Parts are common, shops know them, and that keeps service predictable and costly surprises low. On long highway days, it soaks rough pavement, and you arrive less tired. That is comfort value and relief. You step in, doors close solid, road noise fades, you feel plush comfort and enjoy quieter miles. Most cheap cars cannot touch. Depending on trim, you can get heated seats, premium audio, and a sunroof, and those luxury comfort touches still feel expensive. We see these come in with receipts and service, not excuses and stories. That is the difference. When owners keep records, the car stays reliable deep into miles. If you want sporty steering, skip it, but if you want calm commuting, this is the safest bet. Compare it to a same price Corolla. The Corolla is fine, but this feels like luxury comfort with a quieter cabin. This is the car for guys who value calm, not attention, and they want reliable, predictable transport, and that is smarter. Now we verify the car the way a shop does, because smart money lives in details and proof. First, confirm the timing belt service for this era. Missing history can turn into a costly weekend. Second, do a true cold start. Listen for ticking and watch for a stable idle with no shake. Third, scan the engine bay for wet seepage. Small leaks become damage when owners ignore them. Fourth, blast the AC on max, then run heat in every vent mode, because blend door issues are annoying. Fifth, test seat heat, windows, locks, radio, and sunroof. Broken switches feel small until they get expensive. Sixth, look at tires and brakes like a mechanic, because those bills hit day one, not later. Seventh, on the road, shifts should stay smooth, and the car should track stable and straight at speed. Eighth, if you live in salt states, get under it and check rust hard. Rust is critical, and it spreads fast. Last check is the seller, calm answers, and records beat fast talk, and that is how we stay smarter. If the seller rushes you, that is a warning, and we walk away without regret. Click the next video on your screen because these gold mines disappear fast. Subscribe for real checks, reliable picks, and cheaper comfort before dealers raise prices and you miss out.